Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily go getterism number 605. For May 30th, 2016, Memorial Day, shout out to all of the veterans out there who have fought and died for this country. Only the ones that have died, though, because the ones who have just fought and lived, that's not what Memorial Day is for. We have to understand that for just representing, not dissing nobody. But Memorial Day is for the memorial of those who paid the ultimate sacrifice, which was their lives. They died. So you're celebrating Memorial Day, putting up pictures of you in your uniform and all of that. You fronting. Veterans Day is for that. Y'all day is coming up in the fall, not today. Today is for your fallen comrades that fought in war and were killed. Simple and plain. With that being said, tonight I want to talk to y'all about being able to face yourself, being able to sleep at night, being able to live with yourself, being able to reconcile the things that you have done. In other words, we're talking about being able to get over your guilt and how much time it takes to be able to get over the guilt of something that you have done. We all do things. Unfortunately, none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. Sometimes our mistakes aren't mistakes. Sometimes we do things on purpose. And sometimes we have reasons for doing the things that we do on purpose. But when it doesn't turn out well, or when we finally come to our senses and we realize that we were acting irrationally and that we shouldn't have done what we did, that's when a whole lot of problems can arise internally. Now the real problem comes when we don't want to express what we have done to anyone else, because the shame that we feel inside is so deep, it's so hurtful, that we don't want to even face it ourselves. So we ain't trying to put nobody else onto what we've done. But when that's the situation, a lot of times that's what eats you up inside, and it makes life really hard for you, because you're trying to deal with something that you've done and you're not trying to seek out any help for it, not even help in the form of understanding or just an ear that's listening out. It's not a good look. It's not a good thing to do. It's not a good way to be. And I would encourage anybody that's going through that to think about that for a minute. Try to find some of the help that you may require. If you don't feel like you have anybody that you can trust with your sensitive information, then go to the internet. And no, I don't mean tell people on the internet what's going on with you. What I mean is you can go on the internet and find support groups for what you are going through. Or you can find some information on how you can self-help. You can help yourself. You can develop techniques that may help to ease the pain, that emotional pain that you're going through over that guilt. Now, the funny thing is, only human beings experience guilt. It's one of those things that makes us totally human. Now, when I say that, some people are looking at me and listening and thinking like, no, when my dog or my cat does something that they ain't got no business doing, you can tell they feel guilty. You can see it on their face. You notice that those dogs or those cats or those pets or whatever, they only feel what you consider to be guilt because they have let you down. Because they were exposed to you. You were the human being. If they were out there in the wild, you would never see those guilty looking faces that you see in your animals. So only when animals are exposed to human beings do they ever feel something like guilt. Because out there in the wild, an animal would not feel bad about chewing up a shoe or a slipper or eating food from off of a table, or stealing some food or knocking something over. It's not something that they feel bad about in the wild. It's just not. That's a human concept, guilt. And the problem with the guilt is that sometimes we feel guilty over something that really wasn't that much of a big deal. But it's a big deal to us because of our character. And people expect much more from us, and we don't want to disappoint other people. So the guilt that we feel, the shame that we feel, is often based on the image that we have of ourselves, or the image that has been developed by ourselves for other people, or even by other people. So it's a really, really tough position to be in and it's one that we have to really grab a hold of and be able to get as much understanding of it as possible, so that we can get past it. Getting past shame, getting past guilt is a hard thing to do, and it takes time to be able to do it. But it's necessary that you finally do it, because if you don't do it, then you can live a life of hiding and ducking and running, and feeling really, really bad, even when nothing is existing in your life that you should really feel that bad about. So it's tough. So like I said, if you don't want to talk to anybody, which I do recommend, recommend you really talking to somebody that you can trust and that can give you some kind of guidance and can help you out. Seriously. You don't want to just spill your beans with somebody that you know, because it could come back to bite you in the ass. Particularly if the shame that you are harboring has something to do with a crime. So you might want to chill. But that's the thing about, when they say that the truth shall set you free, it's true. When you reveal the things that you have been keeping secret for so long, those secrets eat up a little part of you each and every day. And once you reveal those secrets, then you finally get that monkey off your back. You finally get that cloud of shame. It finally clears up and you can see the sun in the blue sky. So it's very liberating. And that's what they really mean by the truth being able to set you free. I don't mean that the truth is going to take the keys to your jail cell and relieve you of your life sentence. But anytime that you spend feeling down, depressed, and low and ashamed, yeah, that's like a life sentence. It's almost like death row. And we don't want to go there. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, you can get that monkey off your back. That monkey off of your back of shame. That shameful monkey that's been riding your back for so long. Get them up off of that thing. Go on the internet and Google things like this. Say, ways to relieve guilt. Google that. Put that right in your Google search engine. You don't believe it? See if we got time real quick. Come on, hurry up. I'll show you. This is my microphone right here. I can talk right to it. So, techniques to relieve guilt or shame. Oh, it's a little slow today. Come on, abracadabra. Okay. 5 tips for dealing with guilt. World of Psychology. 3 lies that bind us to guilt and shame. Huffington Post. Don't deal with that one. Forget I even said that. 18 tips to overcome guilt and forgive yourself. Get rid of guilt and shame. If you go to my Facebook page or the Urban Therapy with Sun page, I'll post one of these that I think is worthy, and we can get this thing popping. The Urban Therapy with Sun Mind, Right, and Body Better Fitness program is this Saturday. We will resume. What's that date? The date is the 4th, June 4th. Make sure y'all come through. Start getting that exercise in. It's never too late. You won't get a beach body by the end of the summer, but you can work on the one from last year, and you can still get in really good shape and get on the road to recovery and feeling better. And that's what it's all about, man. I will holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good night. And I'll fill y'all in a little bit more about the Mind, Right, and Body Better Fitness program tomorrow or whatever. But I'll put y'all on. All right? Y'all be good. Peace.